Staying positive around negative people. This is one of the biggest personal issues that my clients ask me to help them navigate. They have negative people in their lives. Maybe it's their mom or their dad, their sister, their brother, neighbor, co-workers. A lot of people that they can't get away from, especially if they live in the house with those family members. And if it's your neighbor, you like literally live right next to them. So, and your coworkers, you can't necessarily always choose your coworkers. So a lot of times you can't avoid the people. So if you can't avoid the negative people or the people that irritate you, the people that trigger you, how can you stay positive around them? There is a way. There are actually 5 steps for you to do that. And I'm giving you that information today. But first, help us out and subscribe to our channel and hit that bell so that you know whenever we drop videos like this. Now, please get paper and a pencil or pen ready to take some notes, because I'm going to go through these 5 ways pretty quick. And if you don't have a piece of paper and a pen, writing utensil for notes, then you can open up the comments section here and you can just use that. And if you add this to your liked videos, then you'll be able to come back in and look at your notes anytime. It's like the notebook that you can't lose. All right, get that ready and I'll be right back.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
It doesn't matter to me how negative the people are around you. I know for a fact that you are strong enough to stay positive, to keep your vibe higher. Why is this so important? Negativity pulls us down. It makes us less effective. People who are negative are literally less effective in everything that they do. They're more lethargic, they are less energetic, and they have lower immune systems. And that matters because you want a good immune system to fight off diseases. You want to be able to fight it off naturally yourself, right? So stay away from negativity. What about those negative people that we have to be around? The people who are just in our environments. Today, we're talking about 5 things that you can implement right now. They're very easy and they're free. 5 things that you can implement right now to help you overcome negative people who are in your environment. So get ready to start writing. Number 1, you have a choice. So I want you to write down, I have a choice. Know that you have a choice. Actually thinking about that is pretty powerful. You've heard people say, well, he makes me feel bad, or she makes me feel happy, or somebody else or something else makes me feel blank. The truth is, all of that is BS. Nothing makes me feel anything. I allow myself to feel different things. Just a little while ago, my friend Jaime sent me a message, and it was really sweet, and it brought to mind happy feelings. So I allowed myself to feel happy. Did Jaime make me happy? I allowed his message to make me happy. Other people may have been annoyed that they were getting bothered in the middle of a business day. Would Jaime's message have made them annoyed? No. They would have allowed themselves to become annoyed. So number 1, you have to recognize that you have a choice, and your will and your brain is bigger than the situation. You are stronger than whatever is around you. You just have to believe it. So remind yourself every single day, I have a choice. One of the things that I like to do when I'm trying to train myself in new thinking is to get a dry erase marker or a chalk marker, and you can write on your mirror in your bathroom, and it comes right off with just a cloth, literally a dry cloth. And I just like to write just different reminders to myself. It's a great way to memorize things too, if you're trying to memorize a sequence of stuff or a poem or whatever, something like that. But you could write on your mirror, remember, and write your name. So I'd write, remember, Jane, you have a choice today. You have a choice for how you feel. You have a choice for what you think. That's really an empowering statement. So remind yourself that you have a choice. Number 2, you need to value yourself. A lot of times when we go into situations that we allow to make us feel bad, Hear what I said? We allow it to make us feel bad. A lot of times when we go into situations like that, we're feeling self-conscious and we're not really valuing ourselves. You're invaluable. So you have to value yourself and your feelings and your thoughts. When you focus on yourself and you're valuing yourself, you're giving less thought to the negative people. So that influence in your brain and in your energy is simply going to start to reduce. It's just how energy works. The more positively you think, the more positively you decide to think, because you have a choice, the more you can value yourself, your feelings, your opinions. It doesn't mean that you think that you're great, that you think that you're infallible, that you're better than everybody else. No. It just means that you recognize that you are perfectly imperfect. You are whole, and you're exactly where you should be. And if you're not at the place that you want to be, you're at the place you need to be to get where you want to be. Value yourself so that you can see the opportunities that will take you there. Number 3, break up with negative people. And I realize some of the negative people you might not be able to get away from. Maybe they're your parent and you live in the same house with the parent. You can break up with certain aspects of communication. First, I would encourage everybody to stop watching broadcast news. Number 1, it is not impartial. It's always somebody's opinion is worked in there because humans are writing the news, so there has to be some sort of opinion and bias in there. Nothing's really fair and balanced, and I say that as a former journalist, as a former news journalist. And number 2, unfollow or hide or whatever if you don't want to unfriend. Unfollow people on social media if they don't have positivity that brings you up. Now, occasionally I'll post something that's very real and isn't positive in my feed, and that's fine. If people don't like it, unfollow me, please. I invite you to unfollow me if something doesn't feel good, if something doesn't inspire you to choose to feel good, then leave it. I will. You have to make sure that you're guarding your mind environment. You can check down in the description. There's a link to our environments organizer. There are 9 different environments of your life, and your mind is one of them. And what that means is all of the influences that come at you that spark your thinking, whether it's media or conversations or whatever. Break up with the things that bring negativity into your awareness. Just break up with them. You don't have to never talk to people again, but you can choose to not engage. You can choose to not respond the same way. You get to choose. Your terms, your boundaries. Number 4, really sit down with that paper and the pen that you've got, because I know you're taking notes, right? Sit down with that and journal about your triggers. You know what triggers you. My husband, for example, he is very, very sweet. If you falsely accuse him, he never, ever, ever, ever gets angry, except if he's falsely accused of something, he gets really very angry. I mean, he's not inappropriate with his anger, but he allows that trigger to well up and cause anger. So he doesn't have his normal, every single day he smiles, he has a happy personality. But that is a trigger for him. Know your triggers. Know your triggers. Know when this person says this is what I usually do. How can I change that? I can't change this person. Well, I wish this person would just stop doing that. Okay, great. Is the road to success paved with wishes and hopes? No, it's paved with action. You can't change this person who says the thing that triggers you, but you can change what you do with it. I don't recommend ignoring people, but you can change the way that you respond to it. Don't respond in the same pattern, because that'll just keep that pattern going. Know your triggers so you can change your patterns. And this might be the most difficult part for some of you. Don't be part of the problem. If other people's gossip or negativity brings you down, recognize that your own participation in gossip and things like that or negativity brings you down, and it brings people around you down. So don't be part of the problem, and be really honest with yourself about, here are my negative patterns. Here are the things that I do that don't elevate me to a higher vibe, that don't bring me up, they bring me down. Just last week, we posted a video about how to stop your addiction to negative thinking. So if you're having an issue with this one not being part of the problem, go back and watch that, and then just write down some of your negative thoughts, journal them so that you can get them out on paper and just deal with them. Deal with them. Okay, well, this is a negative thought and that's a negative thought. How can I turn it into a positive, or how can I release it? Don't be part of the problem. If this video has been of help to you, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell before you go so that you know the next time we drop a video to help you live a life with less stress and more success. See you next time.